Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be going through the best loadouts for someone that is solo queuing in the finals. And I'm just going to go with a medium class here, and we'll talk more about why it's kind of best to play medium if you're solo queuing. But for now, we're just going to dive straight into the actual loadout itself. So for the specialization, you want to go for the healing beam, and that's just because the recon sensors are very, very good as well, but going to be much better if you're voice chatting with the people you're talking with, and if you're solo queuing, it's quite likely that you're not going to be using voice chat. So the recon sensors are very good, but the healing beam's just going to be better if you're not in a team and if you're not voice chatting. And then the Guardian turret just isn't that good. It's like very okay, but the healing beam is much, much better, and it does offer a lot more support to your teammates. So if you end up getting like 2 heavies, that's going to be very, very valuable, but the Guardian turret probably isn't going to be as good. And also the healing beam does pair very, very well with the defibrillator, which you do want to have on as well. No matter what type of medium you're playing, you want to put the defibrillator on. It's probably the most overpowered thing in the game, or it's probably just the strongest thing in the game. I don't know if it's overpowered, but it's definitely very, very good. You should always have this on if you're playing medium, and it does pair well with the healing beam. So for the weapon, it's kind of up to you, but I would go for the FCAR, the AKM, or the revolver. The reason I wouldn't go for the CL40, the shotgun, or the riot shield is because they're all kind of niche and quite situational. Like with the shotgun, you obviously can't fight anyone at the longer ranges because it's a shotgun, so that kind of limits you. With the riot shield, it's also a melee weapon, so that limits you as well. And with the grenade launcher, it's just quite a hard weapon to make good, whereas the FCR, you shoot someone, you do damage, it's a lot simpler. And like the revolver or the AKM. So I would pick from the FCR, the AKM, or the revolver, and I would kind of stay away from the other 3, but if you're confident in them, you can also just go with those. But I'd say one of these 3 would offer the most support to your teammates. And then it's always good to have mobility on as well. Having mobility in this game is very, very good, whether it's getting you to a vault faster or getting you to a cash out faster or just getting up somewhere that would otherwise be hard to get up to is going to be very, very useful. And you can either go for the zipline or the jump pad. Now, if you're solo queuing, the zipline probably is better because it's much more noticeable. If someone places a jump pad, sometimes you'll miss it and then you'll have to go back for it and then you'll realize it's there and then you can use it. With the jump pad, it's pretty obvious straight away that you've placed a jump pad. It makes a very audible noise, and also you can see like a long straight yellow line, you know? So I prefer the jump pad in general, but also it is probably better for solo queuing, but you can also go for the jump pad as well, and you can always like ping it or something and then your character will probably say that there's a jump pad there. So that one's just up to you, but having mobility is always good. And then in this last slot here, I like explosive mines. This is whatever you want. You can also go for the APS turret, you can go for the glitch trap, you can go for the gas mines as well. I don't know where those are, but they're somewhere. Here they are. Kind of just up to you. I would stay away from the stuff that isn't good, like the tracking dart though, and probably the flashbang, but anything else, it's up to you. So just as a quick little recap, you've got the healing beam, you've got the weapon of choice between the FCAR, the AKM, and the revolver. You've got kind of whatever you want on this slot right here. Then you've got like mobility, and then you've got the defibrillator. And I'm only saying that the medium is kind of the solo queuing loadout because it has the healing beam and the defibrillator, and that's like all out support. And if you're solo queuing, you don't really know what teammates you're going to get. You might get 2 other mediums, you might get 2 more lights, you might get 2 more heavies, you might get a mix of different classes, right? But medium is going to be useful to everyone. If a light gets one shot by an RPG, defibrillate them. If a heavy is taking damage from a turret, you can heal them through that damage, you know? This is just very, very good in most situations. That's why it's going to be the best solo queuing loadout. And I'm not going to go with light because the light is like a glass cannon class, and it's just not going to be great for solo queuing because, you know, your teammates might suck, they might not go to res you, and then you're going to be spending all of the game coining, and that's not going to be great. And the heavy is good as well. You can also solo queue okay with a heavy, but if you've got teammates that's like a light and a heavy, you're not going to be able to do a whole lot against a team of 3 mediums where you've got to kill them like 5 times, and when you die, you're dead. That's not going to go great for you. So I'd say going for the medium, if you're solo queuing, is probably going to be your best bet. Healing beam, keeping your teammates healthy, and defibrillator, keeping your teammates alive, and then the rest is kind of just up to you. So yeah, just a quick little video on that, because I have put probably about 250 hours into this game now, including the betas, of course, and about 200 of those hours are probably solo queuing, and this is a loadout that I'm very, very comfortable with right now. You can also go for the recon sensors if you ping stuff a lot, but it is easy to forget, and the healing beam is just a lot easier to use, I think. So yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.